What's up, guys? We are out at the new Norcross Library. Today we are going to do a tour of the building and grounds to give you guys an update on the status of construction. We are getting close on this one to the end. It's exciting to see. You will get to see some of the carpet, paint has gone in, and in a few weeks we're going to start installing furniture. So the building is really starting to take shape. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate you doing that. And as always, if you could like the video, that helps us out. We are down in the parking deck right now. Both the library and the green roof are sitting on top of this parking deck. The parking deck has 135 spaces that are dedicated towards the library. You can see it here. It's kind of neat to do a library on top of a parking deck. I've never done that before, and I don't know many places that are outside large cities that do have their library on top of a parking structure. So this one's pretty neat. It's all concrete like most parking structures. We are right next to a new residential development, so we have people living right next to the library, and those stairs in the distance lead up to Lillian Webb Park. So there are a lot of different things colliding in one close area around this park. It's really pretty neat to see it being built up. We're out front right now along Buford Highway, and I was going to try to make my way down to the ceremonial entrance for you guys. Not many people will come up this way, but it's kind of the front door to the facility. Sort of like going to somebody's house for the first time. You always go to the front door, and that's what that is. Over in the distance, you can see in front of us, they've got some of the landscaping in, some really neat flowers here. And this landscaping is all, there's not much grass, so that's part of our lead credits, and you can see some of the irrigation has gone in. All right, so let's make our way down to the sidewalk, and then we'll walk to the front steps. Here we are along Buford Highway. You can see the apartments over to the left. This is an amazingly well-traveled road. It's a 4-lane road right here. A lot of noise along the street. We've got a nice wide sidewalk that ties into the streetscape plans of Norcross. And so as you're walking along the sidewalk, you encounter our ceremonial stairs. So you can see the library in the distance. Got a great corner window in the children's area. Wow, they got all this landscaping in too. It looks great. It's just neat to see lead landscaping. Very little grass to cut. Again, this is this great elongated brick. We're accentuating the horizontal with that. The idea being that the library extends out into the landscape, and the horizontal lines pull your eyes along the distance. So here we are coming up the steps. We are starting to get some really nice views. You can see the parking structure below the library. The landscaping, that's the corner. They've still got to do a little work along there. And so this is the main entry to the facility. You can see here we've got this great Louis Kahn moment on the deck. This aligns with top of the hill, an axis that's been created, and over to the left over here we have some of the green roof planters. They've gotten in some of the brick seating, so there'll be different moments within the planters to sit. This is an engineered soil, so it's designed to drain. Everything's going to be irrigated. You can see a pipe right here that is used to drain. You can see some of the pipes. There's little lights that are actually going to run underneath the planters. We've got a really neat basket weave guardrail right here. It was just kind of a little detail to dress up a very utilitarian element of the building. So here we are up on the plaza. The idea will be that hopefully the city of Norcross will add some artistic moments. That's what the open spaces were designed for. The guys are working on the corner window glazing. What we did here was a Frank Lloyd Wright moment. We tried to have this very open corner so that there wouldn't be a mullion in the actual corner. Same way Franklin, right, would open up his windows like for falling water in the corner. That proved to be very challenging, as the county has very stringent insurance requirements, and we ended up having to add an interior piece. But you can see here the spacing on the window mullions. You have this space and it literally wraps the corner. The same way if you were to have taken 3 equally spaced windows and folded around the corner, is what that looks like. So we did that very deliberately to give this flowing movement. We did the same flowing movement in the brick here. You can see how the joints are staggered in a diagonal to give you the feeling of moving across the surface. These windows right here are for the quiet study rooms. Hopefully this right here becomes kind of a neat little art moment. So the guys are putting in some of the waterproofing on the planters and getting the soil back in. You can see a lot of the irrigation piping there. So we're coming up on the park. The park is in the distance. That's Lillian Webb Park. It's got a really popular spray splash pad area. And so here we are underneath the overhang adjacent to the park. And it's interesting, this was something that was designed before COVID. We were already feeling the trend of moving outside, and it's something that had been difficult to convince libraries to do, but COVID has just forced everybody outside. So it'll be interesting to see if this is something that continues. Everybody loves it outside, but man, in Atlanta this time of year, it is so hot and humid. But we have these benches right here. There will be some tabletops, so you can actually pull up and do a little work here as well. On the right, there will be a bench also. And so each of these are planters. Now, most people will not enter the library as we just did. They will come up some stairs that are right in front of us. And so here you can see the guys have put in some of the stone along these stairs. That was just kind of pulling in aspects of the park. The park has a lot of the natural stone. You can see here the drop-off area. And now we've got a really great view of the park in the distance and some of the stairs at the top of the hill. So all of this driveway will be reworked here. You can see they've gotten the curb in. This is a glass elevator. Looks like you guys have already shattered a piece of glass getting it in. We'll have to get that fixed. So here are the stairs from the parking deck below. You can see the curb out at the roadway. The idea here was that there was just a lot of confusion of different elements that were colliding. So I had hoped we could get in the library, but this thing may be locked up. Let's see. Nope, we're good. Okay, so now we are entering into the library. On the left, we'll have some Amazon lockers. You can see here we have continued the brick to the inside of the building. That again is continuing the thought of blurring inside and outside. So we have pulled that exterior material inside. We did that on the opposite wall as well. So this vestibule is really pretty neat. It's gonna have a great chandelier above it. And as you come into the library, we set everything up along this axis. So we've got this very intuitive organizing element that happens right down the center of the building. It's interesting, the lights are off right now. So you can see even with the lights off, there's a lot of natural daylight in here. The guys can work, and that's kind of the result of a LEED building as well. We've got this cool knife edge element that again continues that thought of horizontal extension, and so it does that. Here we have continued on the inside some of the metal panels from the outside, again bringing that exterior material inside, kind of blurring those two lines. And we brought the bench on the inside as well, so there'll be a continuous bench along this wall and wrapping around the corner. You can see in the distance we're calling that our living room. It'll have some fun seating over there. Just over time they can kind of rearrange that as they want to. And really, it really kind of got some neat booth seating. I'm really looking forward to seeing that go in. So this right here is the adult area. There's a lot of shelving in this area. There are tables that are pulled up to this bench wall where you can sit and work. And then this is kind of the area that I'm the most excited about. This is a table, bar height, tabletop. And so we've got 3 stools right here, and you can pull your stool up and work and look out onto the park, which should be fantastic. You can see the green roof over here in the distance, just really, really neat looking. So this is the living room right here. Got some fun colors. Oh, we've got an acoustic panel right here. I believe that goes in the music recording studio. Got a lot of fun lights through here. It's very open. The computers will be in the distance there. So the guys have been working on the millwork. So we've got 2 quiet study rooms here, and each of the quiet study rooms are defined by colors. So this one will be a blue color, and man, this looks cool. I haven't seen this. They've gotten the frames in. So the wood wraps around the outside of the frame, and what will happen, they've got to cut this in, but there'll be some colored carpet down below. The idea being that everywhere that you have an entry point, you are entering through a color zone. So we'll see how that comes out. So quiet study room. Here we've got a teen dedicated room. Again, this one's got some yellow in it, really looks nice. Yeah, so here we tried to continue that color down on the carpet. I really liked how this turned out. We may want to do some more of that. We thought about doing it on the ceiling as well. We could have done it in this area. Some of the other ceilings are drop ceilings, so we didn't want to have to paint a drop ceiling, but really like how that form works on the corner. Love this green as well. Again, the inside of all this is going to be wrapped with felt. So we'll have blue felt there, green felt here. This is a maker space. Just great views, just very clean. Should be a lot of fun stuff happen in this space. I can just see a lot of cool things in here, 3D printers and all sorts of stuff. We got some nice butcher block tabletops, and they can push around, move how they want to. Oh yeah, look at this, man. This really changes the feel. So they've got the interior windows in here. This is the conference room. And again, see how we extended the windows from the ground plane to this ceiling plane? And so that horizontal line is what's continued on the outside of the building with the upper soffit element. So we've got this center line. We've talked about that a little bit, being the center of our column, and that extends inside as well. You can see the windows up front, the tops are the same throughout the entire space. Just really, really pretty neat. Right here are our restrooms. And over a course of a few projects, it's dark in here, but we've been working on perfecting our tile base detail and corner details and joint details. And we've really developed some nice restroom details. I'm a big believer that the quality of the restrooms have a huge impact on the public's perception of a building. Of course, you got to keep them clean, and there's a lot of elements that you can put into the design that'll help the staff and the maintenance staff be able to keep it cleaner. This right here is an office. Here we are in the back, and we have the break room. Just love the screen. So here is some really neat light fixtures that have felt on them. They've got a little bit of uplight, and that's how they light the space. But these are acoustic fixtures as well. Got 2 staff restrooms, and then here is the workroom. It's really nice, open, with a lot of daylight. Yeah, the elevator is going to look fantastic through there. And then receiving is in front of you. Got a little storage room right here as well. Like the blue too. A lot of fun colors. We may end up reusing some of these colors on our other projects. They're just really bright and cheery. You can see all of the colors in the distance. just really popping through there, and we extended some of those, or carried some of those colors through to the furniture. So this is the large meeting room. And again, see here how the purple extends inside the space. That's just a continuation of the blending of inside and outside. There'll be a purple line that will be painted on the wall beyond, and that'll wrap up. And I believe on this one, we painted it on the ceiling as well, just to kind of create that moment. God, love these fixtures too, man. There's some more of these acoustic fixtures. They're just fantastic. Oh, they're great. So here's the children's area in the corner. Let's walk this way. This is more how the public will enter the area. So there'll be some felt on the ceiling here that helps with acoustics, and there'll be some felt on the ceiling in the distance. And then we got another kind of moment with this bench in the corner. I hope to see parents with children reading a book in the corner. It should just be a really neat space. You can see here the interior mullion. We had to wanted that to be just butt glazed, and they just couldn't get the lateral forces to work out. But from the outside, you can see it through there. It looks like it's a little more wrapping. There's Buford Highway below. We've got our great red color in here. I love this red color too. And these circular fixtures are fantastic. We actually liked them so much, we've used it on our next library in LaGrange. Just really have an impact on the space. So this is the children's area in the corner. It's tucked in the corner, hopefully for acoustics. It'll be a little quieter here. Gwinnett is one of those where the children's area is open. There are some library systems that like to put the children behind glass, which is a lot easier to control noise, but I kind of like the idea of them being open. Just some great views along Buford Highway. During the wintertime, you can see Atlanta in the distance. You can see our meeting room here. It's got a collapsible wall, so you can open up this area to the meeting room. Just some really fun details with this knife edge and these slides. But yeah, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still with me, if you haven't taken the time to subscribe, I'd appreciate you doing that. And always, if you could hit that like button, it'd help us out. But yeah, that is the Norcross Library. We will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye. Little bonus footage here. As you turn the corner, you really get this expansive view out onto the landscape. You can see the park in the distance, just an incredible view. And the ceiling rises up, so the idea is that the ceiling is lower in the children's area to get a little bit more of a intimate feel to that, and then it's higher in the adults area. Really worked. It turned out well. You can see the plaza in the distance, just some great panoramic views. All right, guys, take care.